Another episode of the Dead Ball Specialist, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sammy. You already know me. And today, if I make any mistakes or if I lose my train of thought, it's because I've had a great night. I think you can see it on my face. On the other side, who's been having great nights one after the other. But somehow, the day we record this podcast, he ensures that the night before he's being a good boy is my dear friend Saurav Ganguly. Saurav, how's Delhi treating you, bro?
Delhi is fine, but I think one more pertinent question is what is up with you? Why do you look a little hungover?
Little is an understatement, to be honest. Let me just put it this way. I had a great Raksha Bandhan.
Raksha Bandhan. Speaking of Raksha Bandhan, Sammy, to the people who are not aware of what Raksha Bandhan is, actually it's a very famous festival celebrated in India. And more, in the recent years, it's been celebrated across Southeast Asia, where something like an amulet like this is actually tied by your sister on a brother's wrist. It signifies their bond. It signifies how of a protective nature of what a brother should be for a sister. But why I'm telling you this is because Premier League India on their X or Twitter handle have put out a series of photos that I'm going to show you right now. So if you're able to see my screen, Sammy, the first photo is that of Mohamed Salah, and his Rakhi is that of a crown because he's an Egyptian king. Now the second photo that we have is that of Bukayo Saka, और यहाँ पे इन्होंने मिर्ची लगा के रखा है. अब मिर्ची, I do not know why.
हाँ, मैं भी वही पूछ रहा था कि मिर्ची क्यों भाई, बुकायो साका
मिर्ची क्यों? Exactly.
अगर आपको पता है मिर्ची क्यों, if you know why it's मिर्ची, please let us know in the comment section below. We'd love to know from you. Yeah, and Erling Haaland. And now we have Erling Haaland. We've got Erling Haaland, and he's got 3 footballs. I mean, it makes so much sense. Man scored 52 goals in his debut season in the Premier League, which is supposed to be the best league. Yeah.
And finally, we have that of Heung-min Song from Tottenham Hotspur, and it's his trademark celebration of that of a camera, and that is why this. Yeah,
absolutely. For the uninitiated, let me tell you that Rakhi also has a negative side. A lot of men in India especially run away from Rakhi because it's happened, I think, with a lot of people. Saurav is doing like this because I think it's happened with him also once.
It's school days, man. It's school days.
It's school days. I used to like this girl, and then on Rakhi, this girl used to come with a Rakhi and tie a Rakhi on your wrist to make you her brother. We've all been through that trauma, and I don't want to go through that trauma anymore. Sort of. Rakhi is over. I had a great time. You had a great time. Clearly, PL India is showing off, and they also had a great time. But today is the deadline, the day that we're recording. It's the deadline for the transfer window. It's closing today, and I think a lot of movement. Everyone's on their phones, especially you and I on our X, trying to figure out what is happening. But what is happening, sort of, Manchester United are inquiring for players left, right and center. I don't know what is going on. Are they serious about this, or is it just like a eyewash?
You know what, Sammy, actually when you look at it very simply, when you actually have money, right, you do not necessarily need to look at options because you know what you want. Now, in case of Manchester United, because of the FFP regulations that have been put on us, because of the whole structure of the sales that we couldn't have been able to do, we initially thought there will be movement of Harry Maguire to West Ham. There's going to be much interest in Scott McTominay. That has not worked out. And also, if you look at the sales compared to any other teams, it was so... I can just tell you, Manchester City's player, right, Palmer, he's moved to Chelsea for 40 million. Imagine that of Fred, who has played at least 200 to 230 Premier League games, or more than that for United. He's also featured in Champions League, but the amount of money that we've been able to recoup is only about 15 or 20 odd million. So that's because of the wage structure that actually exists, and that is why the sales have been a little underwhelming for us. But speaking of the transfers that have happened, we were initially trying to target Marc Cucurella from Chelsea as a left back option. And now I see that the Cucurella thing has dropped because of his being featured in a Carabao Cup game. And now I see that Manchester United has actually sealed the signing of what is this guy's name?
Hrithik Roshan. He can be Krish.
Not Hrithik Roshan, really well. It's not Hrithik Roshan.
It's
the guy from Spurs.
Heung-min Son.
Not Heung-min Son, man. Heung-min Son is a striker. We want a left back. We have signed a left back. It's Reguilon. Sorry. It's Reguilon. Yeah, we've signed Reguilon, and we are also apparently still looking out for Amrabat. I do not know, however, Sammy, this is something that's been puzzling me all summer. I do not have that much amount of patience. I'm sure you do not have that amount of patience. How has Amrabat still just...
Yeah, I mean, if you have to gauge my patience, you see, I have gone down to Hrithik Roshan and Krish for left back, bro. That's where I stand. इतना ही हो सकता है अभी अपना. और पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है.
Bro, I have no idea. But Sofiyan Ambravat, kudos to him. But if this deal goes through, touch wood, literally touch wood, is because this deal has been pending since June. There's been a lot of grapevine since June that Sofiyan Amrabat is going to be available. Sofiyan Amrabat is willing to, push through his transfer to Manchester United from Fiorentina. And now Manchester United have left it till the last hour, like every other Premier League transfer window since 2013.
But this guy
is just so annoying.
Yeah, so apparently Sofiyan has been on a hunger strike. I mean, not a literal hunger strike, you know what I mean, right? He's been on a hunger strike over there, and he's like, nahi, mere ko jaane ka hai. Manchester United, and Manchester United are just not reciprocating this. I feel bad for him. I mean, one side is that we don't land the player. That is one side. Think of the player as well, Saurav. What happens in the case that it doesn't go through and he's done all these antics at his club? Where does that leave him? I mean, that can literally be a career-threatening move, if it doesn't go through.
It can be, but also to be looking forward to it. The thing is, Sofiyan Amrabat, he had made up his mind. He had very clearly told the people at Fiorentina that he wants his move only to Manchester United and to no other club, because there is also something about Fulham coming into the picture, because Joao Polina has been attracting a lot of attention from Bayern Munich. So there were talks of whether Fulham's gonna come in. There were him getting linked to Liverpool. Liverpool incidentally is also sealed the transfer of Gravenbach from Bayern Munich. Liverpool has, I see, the latest news is that they have rejected a 150 million offer from Al Ittihad for Mohamed Salah. And it makes so much sense, right? Mohamed Salah has been their standout player, and of course,
the king of
150
Egypt.
million.
The king of
but
Egypt
150
who wears
million.
Listen, the king of Egypt who wears a crown wala rakhi is going for 150 million. Honestly, if you ask me, if he's going to the Middle East, 150 million तो बनता है. सही प्राइस
यार बनता है. मैं वही पूछ रहा हूँ इस बात पे कि 150 मिलियन बनता है. Wouldn't anyone at the Liverpool hierarchy be tempted, because Salah is already 31, 32 to
I mean that's the thing, right? I mean, who else do they have? He is one of the leading guys. That they also have to look at the squad being balanced as well, na? I mean, I agree with you. यार मतलब पैसे का लालच किसको नहीं होता है ना? तो बेचना तो मतलब जायज़ है, but the point is कि they also know that if at this point of time they let go of Salah, their season is gonna kind of take a hit, and I'm sure Mr. Klopp has put down his foot over there as well, saying that I understand. But knowing the Saudi League and knowing the people over there and how they have functioned in the last couple of years, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make the same offer next year as well.
Yeah, I don't think 115 million is anything for them.
Correct.
Amidst other news, Sammy, Matheus Nunes, the man whom literally made Manchester United cry in the first game, if you remember. He has signed for Manchester City from Wolves for a 53 million. And I remember this quote by Pep Guardiola himself. Last year, he came out and said that Matheus Nunes is one of the best players out here in the Premier League. And clearly, Pep Guardiola has shown his strength. He's convinced the board that Matheus Nunes will bring something on board for Manchester City. So yeah, I think it's a good move.
I agree. And in fact, the fact that, the performance that we saw against Manchester United definitely warrants him to go to a bigger club than Wolves, for sure, because he's one of those class players, quality players. But also, sort of, sometimes, I don't know, I mean, we've seen it many times in history कि एक player बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है अपने करंट सेटअप में, वो बड़ा क्लब में जाता है एंड देन थिंग्स गो हेवायर. आई जस्ट होप दैट डज नॉट हैपन बिकॉज मैनचेस्टर सिटी में भी ना. हाँ बोल भाई बोल.
Sammy, most often that has happened with Manchester United. ठीक है, अब तुम देखो सिटी को जितना गाली दे दो जीत तो रहे ना यार. They won the Premier League, they're winning the Champions League.
मेरा पॉइंट क्या है पता है, सिटी में भी if you look at the lineup, if you look at the squad, it is not going to be easy for him to make the playing 11 very easily, right? He has to fight
Completely.
for that position.
100%.
है ना, तो I don't want him because like against United his performance was quite good, right? हाँ मेरा दिल टूटा क्योंकि यूनाइटेड के अगेंस्ट उसने अच्छा खेला, बट अच्छा खेला. एंड आई वुड नेवर वांट बैड फॉर अ प्लेयर of that quality. And what I feel is that at City he might just be warming the bench. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Amidst other news, Spurs are now eyeing 3 deadline deals. They're also looking at Brennan Johnson from Nottingham.
Okay.
They're looking at Conor Gallagher from Chelsea, and they're also looking at Lloyd Kelly. Now, talks over this Nottingham Forest winger Johnson, are further advanced between the two clubs, and an agreement in the region of 45 to 50 million, including bonuses, are being talked about.
Wow.
So there is something we need to look out for. Yeah. Chelsea's rejected a 40 million bid from West Ham for Conor Gallagher in July, and now his transfer is now valued somewhere in the region of 50 million. I think this whole, this evaluation of players has seriously taken a hit since Neymar moved from Barcelona to PSG. Don't you feel so?
Absolutely. And see, it's good in a way, okay? But what I feel also is that, is it sustainable? This is a question that every person who has any sort of business acumen will ask himself or herself. Ki yes, I'm making a lot of money and I'm opening up the market and all of those things, but is it sustainable? Because ये भी समझना पड़ेगा कि at the end of the day ये फुटबॉलर्स को अभी हम commodities के जैसे बेच रहे हैं, कल को ये लोग अगर खड़े हो गए ना तो फिर मतलब प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, is my point. बट अच्छा है यार, कोई किसी को मिल रहा है 200 मिलियन, मेरे को तो नहीं मिल रहा है. फुटबॉल ही खेलना चाहिए था. पॉडकास्ट कर रहा हूँ बैठ के यार, क्या ही बताऊँ. हाँ.
But dude, speaking about these deadlines, do you really feel that now United have completed a 5 million transfer for the Turkey international Altay Bayındır as a second goalkeeper? Incidentally, Dean Henderson's now moved to I think it is Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace,
for a
that's
15
correct.
million move. Yeah.
Yes, and both of those deals are here we go. So it's happened.
It's here we go.
Fabrizio Romano style बात कर रहा हूँ, समझ रहा है? Here we go.
Exactly. But I still feel that Sofiyan Ambravat. Okay, we're getting Sofiyan Amrabat into the squad.
Fingers crossed.
I really hope that goes through. Fingers crossed. But I still feel that somewhere we probably should have signed another midfielder or maybe another striker for sure. Because I feel Anthony Martial, I cannot rely on him, although I was a big fan. But it's just that his injuries have plagued him so much that if you remember the last game, right? I mean, we'll come to it at some point when we need to talk about the game week 3. But with Højlund and his stress injuries in the back, I do not see people up front. I mean, of course, we have Rashford, but that is not his natural position.
And what if he gets injured?
Exactly. That's what the pertinent question is, because if you really want to be pushing through. Now, yesterday I've just noticed, I mean, I was up when the whole UCL draw was happening. So we'll be playing Bayern Munich, we'll be playing Copenhagen, and we'll be playing Galatasaray. So
right.
It is a group, it is a tricky group, but United should go through. But you know, since
it is a group
we
of
are
death,
in the Champions
Saurav.
League,
It is a group
It's-
of death.
it's a group of mild deaths, bro.
माइल्ड
Because the
डेथ
group
नहीं,
of death is
डेथ मैं
group
तेरे को
F.
बोल रहा हूँ, सबसे पहले वो ग्रुप में जो मरेगा ना, वो उसका टैटू मेरे ऐसे कंधे पे लगा हुआ है भाई. मेरे को तो अभी वो ड्रॉ देख के मैं तो समझ गया कि रात को एटलीस्ट एक चीज़ अच्छा हुआ, पता है क्या? अभी रात को मेरे को जागना ही नहीं पड़ेगा, क्योंकि मैं मैच देखूंगा ही नहीं, क्योंकि मेरे को पता है कि हम हार रहे हैं. एंड आई मीन आई वांट टू ऑल्सो चाइम इन ऑन योर पॉइंट of building this squad and not having a striker. I agree, we need a striker for sure. In terms of the midfield na, what I feel is that you also have to understand the manager right now, Erik ten Hag, he is trying to rebuild the squad. Okay, he does not have full financial support from his superiors. That's very clear, because the club is on the verge of getting sold, and any transaction that happens right now has to go through a lot of channels, and also clubs or any organization would want to refrain from making big ticket sales at this point of time, because that again is another Pandora's box that opens up when there's a sale pertinent and it's about to happen, right? That might just slow down the process also sometimes. So what I feel is that right now it's a stopgap arrangement that he's making, that let's get through this season but also have players who I can groom eventually, like in 2 years or 3 years. अभी अगर मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड की बात करें और उनके स्क्वाड की बात करें, मेरे हिसाब से वी आर डेफिनेटली नॉट अप देयर. टॉप 4 में भी डिफिकल्टी हो सकती है वैसे, अगर मैं तेरे को सच बताऊं तो हम शायद नंबर 4 के लिए हम मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड आर न्यू आर्सेनल, इफ यू नो व्हाट आई मीन. वी आर गोना फाइट फॉर नंबर 4. पॉसिबल, आई मीन आई होप नॉट, बट टोटली पॉसिबल. चैम्पियंस लीग में तो मेरे को कोई चांस नहीं दिख रहा है ऑनेस्टली. ठीक है, ग्रुप स्टेज के आगे गए तो बहुत ही बढ़िया, राउंड ऑफ 16 में अगर पहुंच गए तो नथिंग लाइक इट, बट वो भी थोड़ा टफ ही लग रहा है मेरे को. बट हाँ यार, अभी क्या करें, अभी ऐसा ही है. अभी देखो सेल के बाद अगर कुछ होता है तो इस सीज़न में तो कुछ मतलब, हाँ नेक्स्ट ट्रांसफ़र विंडो में, मतलब जो अपना विंटर ट्रांसफ़र विंडो है उसमें थोड़ा कुछ हो सकता है, बट फिंगर्स क्रॉस्ड मैन, फिंगर्स क्रॉस्ड.
Yeah, but and also that is what I was just trying to get at, is because you have, when you're starting the season, you have your league, you have a cup fixture to play for, you have the Champions League fixture to play for.
Yeah.
So when you are actually a club that aims to win trophies and you want to aim for multiple trophies in a season, you really need to have that backup. So that is something, that is why I was saying the squad looks a little wafer thin to me. There are multiple injury concerns as well. Recently there've been injuries to Rafael Varane. Luke Shaw is out with a muscular injury till December, because of which we have signed Serge Reguilon. We have injuries to
Saurav, just to correct you, we haven't signed. We want to sign.
We want to. No, we've signed Reguilon, man. That's a here we go from.
It's a here we go. Are you sure?
It's a here we go.
All right,
is, man. It is.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It
boys
is nothing
and
to get
girls, it's a
excited
here we
about.
go.
No. There's nothing to get excited about a player who's not even featuring for his home team. So we've just got him as means of as a cover, because he's played a couple of Premier League games. He is not a great left back option. It is the only left back option we could afford. Beggars can't be choosers. We couldn't go for Marc Cucurella is because Cucurella was cup tied. We had to pay him a loan fee for 7 million. Here we are not paying any loan fee. We have just agreed to pay him his salary and wages. So this is all that is.
कुकुरेला का कुकुरुकु हो गया, तो अपने पास कौन बचा? रुगला को पकड़ के लाया भैया, रुगला खेलेगा आज. ठीक है. This squad sometimes reminds me of a school days. अरे आज मैच है, लेफ्ट बैक नहीं आया, स्कूल में नहीं आया, क्या करेंगे? पकड़ के किसी को खिला दो. तो क्या ही बोले.
Actually, on this note, it actually reminds me of a very famous quote by Louis van Gaal when we were signing Erik ten Hag as our head coach, and Louis van Gaal had come out and spoke, and he said that United is more of a commercial club than a football club. It's very tough for me to say this because I am a United fan, but this is how it is. This is how toxic ownership has a sort of trickled down into our lives, because right now what are we doing? We are just sitting here and we are just Nothing. We're
Making
just
a
PMSing
podcast.
here about how trying to make a podcast, but more like PMSing. It sounds to me.
सच्चाई भाई, सच्चाई बोला है भाई ने. बट अरे तेरा फोन गिर गया, रुक जाओ एक सेकंड. हाँ, तो आप लोगों ना कभी मैं सेटअप दिखाऊंगा हमारा. ऐसा हाईटेक सेटअप है ना कि ऐसे मैं टेबल मारता हूँ ना तो चीज़ें गिर जाती है. ठीक है. बट आई थिंक सौरभ, ऑन दैट नोट, लेट्स मूव टू द प्रीमियर लीग कॉर्नर.
Yes, a Premier League corner. Yeah.
क्या हुआ भाई? अच्छा, सबसे पहले एक सेकंड सब चुप रहो, कोई बात मत करो. ठीक है, मैं चश्मा पहन लेता हूँ फिर से. तू बहुत क्या करता है, वो प्रीवियस एपिसोड से क्लिप उठा के लोगों को दिखाता है ना. इस हफ्ते दिखा रहा है, नहीं दिखा रहा है, क्या कर रहा है?
दिखा रहा हूँ, तेरा भी दिखा रहा हूँ, मैं अपना भी दिखा रहा हूँ. It's because I think we both got our predictions kind of right. Liverpool fans, I kind of blasted you last episode. I will probably do it this episode too, and for the generations to come I'll do it. But what I got right was I got the scoreline right. I said that you're gonna somehow manage to make it. It was a very interesting game. But Sammy,
Yeah.
speaking about his redemption arc from zero to hero, this week we are featuring Sammy's clip too. Sammy got it right actually. He said that Nottingham Forest will lose because United will win it. It's a very
Saurav,
it's going to be a very
no, Saurav, no. Here's the clip. Please watch it. You never know, the next prime minister might come and say something to me on my prediction. Okay, so the
Please
prediction
do.
that I'm making for Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest, given that it's a home game, is the fact that United are gonna win by 1 goal. There are gonna be more than 4 goals overall in the game, and it's gonna be a tight game. There will be scares for Manchester United. Score wise, I'm not gonna say it, I have no idea, but this is all that I'm gonna say, is that scares for Man United win by 1 goal.
Newcastle United and Liverpool. I think it's going to be an epic clash. I think there's going to be a lot of goals. Newcastle United is not the Newcastle United of old. They're not
Right.
fighting for relegation. They secured Champions League place last time around. Unfortunately, Liverpool hasn't. Ha. Who cares? Because we don't. But I feel this game has everything in it. I think I really okay. I think there's going to be a lot of goals for sure. I think, however, Liverpool might just edge it, or it could be Liverpool losing again.
Now coming back from that clip, I would want to say I'd like to thank myself for being so awesome, you know.
जल्द से जल्द आपके दर्शन करना चाहता था. सैल्यूट आपके परिश्रम को, सैल्यूट आपके धैर्य को.
I'd like to thank the Home Minister of the country. I'm still wearing white if he wants me to sit down. Yeah. And also, I think, no, but jokes apart, it just made sense. Yeah. But I did say that there were going to be scares for Manchester United. And पहले 5 मिनट में 2 गोल खा के बैठे थे हम, ठीक है?
Exactly,
believe नहीं
guys.
करेगा.
I will show you, Sammy. I have the screen clip. I have that screen grab. It's, and you know where I just got it from? I got it
Where?
from Out of Context Football.
I'm
The
sure,
X handle known as Out of Context Football. Right now my screen reads Manchester United 0, Nottingham Forest 2 goals, 11 minutes 37 seconds. Manchester United possession percentage is 91.
Just sums it up. तू बिलीव नहीं करेगा सौरभ, मैं सौराष्ट्र प्रीमियर लीग होस्ट कर रहा था, ठीक है? मैं स्टेज पे था और द मैच, so 7:30 this match had started, 7 o'clock the cricket match had started. So first half an hour I was like yeah I can do this, whatever, and then on my iPad I had started this match, okay? And over there this guy from Halar Heroes, he hit a 6, okay? And I picked up the mic and I said, that's a 6er, and I looked at the iPad and it was 1-0. I was like, okay, whatever. And then after a while, I was watching like that. After a while, he hit a 4. I picked up the bike and I said, that's gone to the boundary. I looked at the screen, it was 2-0. And I was telling the DJ कि भाई आज ना मैं ये सब नहीं बोलूँगा क्योंकि इनकी ना लगी पड़ी है ये कर क्या रहे. People on the stage, they were taking my case. They were pulling my leg like, hey, आपका टीम तो खेल नहीं पा रहा है. What is this, bro? But
we still managed to win it. And special kudos to Christian Eriksen who kickstarted our comeback. I mean, he's so underrated. Although he's a little old, he doesn't have the legs to run in a Premier League. But I would say his overall intelligence is something Erik ten Hag really values. And
forget
I do not
why are
think
you so
it
savage?
would have been possible.
Why are you so savage? I want to know why are you so savage? Whenever this
savage.
guy, he's a little old, yeah. He's a little
He
old.
is a little old, man.
He's a little old to be a footballer.
I am telling you, I'm giving you a reason why. Look at our midfield. We had Eriksen, we have Fernandes, and of course we've got Casemiro. Now, when you compare that to our future fixture against Arsenal, do you think Christian Eriksen's not gonna be taken for a ride when he's gonna be sandwiched between Declan Rice and Thomas Partey? So, but I'm talking about the reason is that Christian Eriksen is someone that even despite his age and everything, he's able to maneuver, he's able to dictate that tempo sitting behind. So this is where I see, where Manchester United, had we not scored that one goal in the first half, it would have been really difficult for us.
No, I agree. I totally agree because once you're 2-0 down and that too to an opponent like Nottingham Forest, तो वो क्या करता है ना, psychologically आपको बहुत ज़्यादा affect कर जाता है. And also you are playing at home, you are expected to beat them black and blue because they're bottom of the league, etc. The bottom half of the league. But also once you concede 2 goals in 5 minutes, 6 minutes, the opening of the game in the home stadium, it is tough. I totally agree with you. But Eriksen ने बहुत अच्छा खेला. But मेरे हिसाब से man of the match was Bruno. ठीक है, Bruno Fernandes. अगर आप FIFA खेलते हो तो Bruno Panache बोलते हैं वो लोग, पता नहीं क्यों. But
Bruno Fernandes.
I don't know why they can't get that right. But he played really well.
It's how he pronounces his name.
I don't think he pronounces it like that. The whole world is calling him Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes.
पता नहीं क्यों. Acha guys, I also want to know from the people who are hearing us and also the people who are seeing us, what about me and Saurav kind of, have a gaming section on this channel as well. Maybe we can get a couple of capture cards. Both of us have PlayStation.
I'm up for it.
Yeah, I think we should do that. है ना?
आपको
क्या लगता है? बताइए हमें, कमेंट सेक्शन में जाइए और बताइए हमें कि आप चाहते हैं कि सौरभ और मैं फीफा खेले और अपना काम धाम छोड़ दे और यही करे. हाँ बताइए. बट अभी एक बात बताओ यार.
Other fixtures. I just wanted to talk about Arsenal Fulham. If you remember, we were talking about Arsenal's great record against Fulham.
नहीं, तू ही बोल रहा था क्या 36 मैच में 24 जीता है, कुछ तो बोल रहा था तू.
हाँ, और ड्रॉ किया है बाकी. इसमें भी वही हुआ है, ड्रॉ ही किया है. बट Fulham hasn't been able to win it 2-2. I think there is a little bit of an issue. I saw there was a huge outrage about how Mikel Arteta has been tinkering around the Arsenal squad, and that is not something that people are liking. That he's trying to fit in Kai Havertz. Arsenal purchased Kai Havertz this summer, and it's not worked out. And I have a very bad feeling that Kai Havertz is going to score against United, because these things are written in the stars. When you're a Manchester United fan, if you switch on your television and if you hear Jim Beglin or anyone talking about some godforsaken record that hasn't been broken in 20 years, no, today is the day.
कि आज होएगा, आज हमारी लगेगी. बट यार देख, अभी कब है अपना मैच? 3 तारीख को, करेक्ट. 3 सितंबर को मैच है अपना. तो देखेगा क्या? मेरे को तो डर लगता है आजकल भाई चलाने में. सच
यार पता है क्या अच्छी बात क्या है? It's on a Sunday night. It's at 9 PM. The match is gonna get over by 11:30. You know for a fact, see, by Sunday afternoon you'll start feeling
Up for
sinking
it.
down because
Yeah,
Monday is a
yeah.
working Monday.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so it's okay if we lose. 85 chances of what I am predicting we are going to lose to Arsenal at Emirates. Horrible away form. And I also predict that we'll lose. I'm not giving ourselves. I'm giving ourselves a paltry 10%. Draw कर
Okay.
लिया ना.
Okay.
बोतल खोलो और मजे करो.
हाँ जो मैं करके आ रहा हूँ बट अभी पॉइंट ये भी है गाइज इफ यू आर अ मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड फैन जस्ट द वे सौरव एंड आई आर एवरी वीक what happens in our heads and what is the mind space that we are in. I found this very nice video on Instagram which I want to show you. There you can see this little lady dancing around and saying that my mental health is gonna get affected again because Manchester United are playing. That's true. That is absolutely
That's
true.
very true. That is so true.
And that's been the
That
case
is
for the
so
last
true.
10 years, unfortunately.
At least.
Yeah.
I don't think Instagram was there back in 2012, was it?
No, but Manchester United decline started from 2013. So yeah.
Yeah. That we did.
Yeah.
That we did.
So from there. But coming up, I think the week ahead, what are the matches that we should be looking out for, Saurav? Man United, Arsenal, so definitely, right? We're definitely watching that. Any predictions on that?
Arsenal to win 3-1, 2-1. I'm not giving United a 10% chance. Like I said, if we are able to snatch a draw, it will be great. If we are able to win, nothing like it. I don't think we'll be able to. We've got a very bad away form. We haven't won at Emirates in the last 2-3 years. We have had some pretty bad, embarrassing. I mean, if you remember the last game, of course, we lost 3-2. It was a stunning game. We lost the last. We lost at the last minute, but I really hope that United shows up. I really hope that we do not go out there and give opposition the sort of you don't need to. The thing is, you're starting a new season. Admittedly, we've had a proper we have a lot of issues. We do not have Rafael Varane available. He's out. We do not have Luke Shaw. So there's gonna be probably Diogo Dalot playing in the right left back slot. You will probably have Lindelof come in and not Harry Maguire. Then there are questions about the midfield as well. What is going to be the pairing in the midfield? So I'm really not giving ourselves a lot of chance, but I'm just hoping that we need to go out there and show the vigor. You need to show a little bit of character. I mean, fine. I mean, if you look at the previous games, Arsenal has always been a very attacking team.
Yeah.
And you just need to have that amount of intelligence. You cannot concede 3-4 goals and just lose it from there, but you need to keep fighting till the last minute. But I'm just being a little realist, and I think I would predict I'd go with 2-1 to Arsenal.
2-1 to Arsenal, okay.
Another match I'm really looking forward to, Sammy, is Liverpool and Aston Villa. Now,
Liverpool, Aston Villa.
Although Villa lost 5-1 on the first day to Newcastle, but Aston Villa has a very good record in the year 2023.
And that's I think it's a 6:30 p.m. start for everyone in India. This is on the 3rd of September. Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Of course, it promises to be an amazing game. And hopefully Liverpool will come out victorious. What do you think?
I think so, because Liverpool at home, they have a very good record. But I'm saying, because this is Aston Villa, this is not and Aston Villa has the most number of points right after Manchester City this year, 2023 calendar year. So I am really looking forward to the Aston Villa Liverpool game. I just have my screen open and I see the last 5 games where Liverpool and Villa have squared off. Liverpool hasn't been able to actually win a game at Anfield with a very good margin. The last game they played against Villa at Anfield was a 1-1 draw. Back in 2021, Liverpool just about managed to beat Villa 1-0. Prior to that, in 2021, Liverpool just about pipped Aston Villa 2-1. So it's going to be a very close encounter. I think it's going to be a super exciting game. I, however, predict Liverpool to win, maybe 2-1.
2-1. All right. Okay. Liverpool 2-1. Aston Villa. Arsenal. What was it? Arsenal United. What did you say?
Arsenal United 2-1.
2-1. Achha, 2-1 is
And
your
then finally,
favorite thing.
Yeah, not really, because finally I have Brighton versus Newcastle. I am not predicting any scores, but I am expecting at least 4 to 5 goals. Very easy.
Very easy. Absolutely. I agree with you on all of them, except for the Man United one. I feel it's gonna be a 0-0 draw.
0-0 draw. I'll take that.
If you're a Bengali, you will know 0-0 draw. Okay.
0-0.
Yeah, blue. Yeah. All right. So on that note, यार next day से ना एक काम करते हैं, हम एक नोट रखते हैं अपने पास, और जब भी तू या मैं ये एक चीज़ मैं सुन रहा था, अपना ही पॉडकास्ट सुन रहा था, और मेरे को ये सब लगा कि हम ये ना ऑन दैट नोट बहुत ज़्यादा बोलते हैं, तो हम जैसे नोट है नोट दिखाएंगे, ठीक है ना? बट कितने का नोट दिखाया यार सौरभ? बजट का तो
डिजिटल करेंसी दिखा सकता हूं, मैं जीपे खोल के दिखाऊंगा
जीपे एक्चुअली गाइस अगले दिन से हम अपना ऐसा जीपे का जो QR कोड है ना वो यहाँ पे लगा के बैठेंगे, आपको देखते देखते अगर हम पे तरस आए तो स्कैन करके पैसा भेज देना, ठीक है? ये यार क्या ही हो रहा है, बट नहीं, ऑन दैट नोट, on that QR code, I think these are the matches that we're looking forward to, and I think call it a night for today, है ना?
है
कि नहीं? तो गाइज अगर आपको हमारा पॉडकास्ट अच्छा लगता है एंड आपको अगर कुछ फीडबैक देना है, यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, गुड बैड अगली, व्हाटएवर दैट फीडबैक इज, do let us know. Along with that, if there are points, topics that you would want us to discuss, you can let us know. Of course, there's a comment section. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a comment section where you can voice out whatever you want. But you can also reach out to us on our social media. Across social media, you'll find me on @RJSammy07. That's my handle. Across any platform that you want, if it exists, I am there. Apart from OnlyFans, I'm still not on OnlyFans. Except for that, all the other social media platforms, I'm there. Sort of let the people know about your handle.
Yeah, me too. I'm available as Waza2188. So if you have any suggestions, if you have something you have been thinking about that we should be talking about, so please drop us a comment, hit like, let us know. I mean, that is something, any sort of interaction is something we're really, really looking forward to. We're going to take it up, and we cannot promise you, but we will definitely try.
100%. And maybe one of the days when we are discussing your topic, we can just have you over on a call with us over here as well,
Yeah.
And you can be part of the podcast. That's going to be cool. I think, cool things coming up. What the coolest idea is the QR code over here for my GPay, where people can scan. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now. Okay. अगले एपिसोड में मैं QR लगा के आऊँगा. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of our podcast. I hope that you liked this episode as well. And this is Sammy from Mumbai, Hungover, signing out. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.